Hi everyone, welcome or welcome back to my channel. My name is Crystal Lee and hi, welcome.
So you can back up a little bit.
You're joining us today on What We Reading Wednesday, and we're not reading anything today. What we're doing today is traveling around Connecticut and donating some books off to free libraries. When I first got into my book journey, I used to watch a lot of bookish YouTubers. I still do, but the one person that I did watch was a creator named Shaughnessy, and she would donate her books to free libraries around her town all the time, and I did that once while in Connecticut and it felt really good. Also, since I'm spring cleaning my van and getting rid of some stuff, I'm also getting rid of books, and what better way and creative way to do it than to bring y'all along and to not just give it to a Goodwill or a thrift store or whatever, but give it to free libraries so people can like actually see different kinds of books and even newer books, because I do have some 2020s books or books created in the 2020s, which I just keep finding that free libraries have like books that nobody wanted. I do have some new-ish releases or just new books in general that I think are really cool, and there's just so many free libraries around Connecticut, and I was able to learn that because of an app that I found called the Free Library app. Now, for this app, let's do a screen recording, shall we? So, there we go. You can see which ones are in the area. You can also see, let's see if I can pick one that I favorited, the one that we're going to first, actually, if I can find it. No, these are the ones around us. Anyway, the ones currently around us, there's one at a public library, which, that defeats the purpose, but no, I don't want to do that one. No, let's try this one. No. They'll go into my hearts. So this is the first one that we're going to today, but when you go into the free library, you can see some detail about it, like the description of the library, even pictures of the library, and like what it looks like when you get there. And I don't know the timing of these pictures, but it looks like it's like packed, but I'm not sure. Also on the app, you can check in, you can see if the library needs books, you can report an issue, you can even put a guest, like your name in there, like as a guest book, but I really can't see guest entries. I can see check-ins, and the last time that the one that we're going to now, the first one that we're going to, because we have 4 or 5, I think, the last time somebody checked in on the app was August 9th, 2025. I'm not sure if that means it's gone if no one's checked in, but I know free libraries were really popular at some point, and that is drove the creation of this app for sure. There's so many, even in this town that I'm in, but maybe people don't know about the free library app, so that's like also like a thing. But I found it while looking at places to donate or free libraries to donate, and it's just a really good tool if you want to do something like this. But with that being said, we have a lot of books. We have 4 to 5 places. The first one they're going to is I'm finding it. Is Doolittle Free Library, and we're gonna head there now. We have a cute little drinky drink. We're gonna talk about some books when we're there. We're gonna jam out. We're gonna have a good time. So if you're down to donate some books with me at free libraries, stick around. If you're new, subscribe, stay around. We do this every Wednesday, along with Moody Mondays, where you never know what video you're going to get from me on a Monday, but it will be a mood, and it will be on Monday. And on Fridays, we do Van Life Fridays, where I vlog about my alternative lifestyle, living in a 91 Chevrolet G20 van named Bet. If any of that seems really like fun to you and you want to stick around for like all of them, one of them, subscribe, join the family, join the community. And if not, you will still see me pop up on your screen. It's not a threat, it's just a promise, you know? So anyway, let's get into it. Let's put on some jams. Let's get this party started. For every one book I finish, I add 5 more to my TBR. There's just so many good books to read. I'm feeling really like punkish today. I don't know if you could tell, but so maybe some more punk music. Oh. All the time wasted on you. All the bullshit. Run, baby, run. Don't ever look back. Somebody put a finger on my heart and bend it back and break it off. Too late, I'm sure. That's not that bad. Okay, yay. Hey, so these are kind of like memoirs and books that like I don't think people care about. Actually, that's a lie. This one, there's 50 Shades of Grey. That's a really good book. I heard. I only saw the movie. Forever Beach looks like a really good book, but I have no idea what it is. How about I do this? We'll take all like the self-promoting and self-betterment books and put them on top and put books at the bottom. Why? Because we want to. So all of these are the like actual like stories, and then this is like all like self-help. These are a couple stories. This is mostly self-help, and then we're going to see what kind of like nice fictional books we can put in here. So these are the books that I'm deciding to put into this one. I have quite a bit, so I think that donating 5 to this one is actually really good. I could probably also donate more, to be honest, but I don't know. So the first book we have here is a book that I did read. It's The Woman by Simone de Beauvoir. It's a French translated novel. There's 3 stories in here of 3 different women, 3 different ages, and 3 different lives, and they're all set up differently. Like one is like a story, one is kind of like a stream of consciousness from a mom waiting for her son to visit and going over all her regrets as a mom, as a woman, as a wife. And then I believe the last one is a woman who falls in love with a man who just doesn't treat her right. But it is very, very emotional. I liked it, but it destroyed me because like being a woman is so hard. It's good. It'll destroy you, but it's good. Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia of Fairies. It's one of 3 in a series, I believe. This is just the first one. It talks about her literally building her encyclopedia of mythical and fairy creatures, or mythical creatures in general, fairies being one of them, and her run-ins with them, and how she catalogs them in the book, and the people she meets along the way, how she meets friends and just loves or falls for people when she's usually like a loner. So it was a really nice fantasy read. I think it was an easy one to get into, and I don't see any fantasy in here, so I'm adding this one. Because there's so many self-help books, I think The Alchemist would be a great one to put in here as well, because it is a fiction, but it also does do wonders with helping you realize that everything you need is right where you are. And so with self-help and a little bit of fiction, I think The Alchemist would be a great thing. Eat, Pray, Love. I bought it to read it from my library for $1. I've never read it. Love the movie though. I'm just not ever gonna read it. I had it for too long. I'm not gonna read it, and if I do read it, it will be from a library and I'll give it back. But if you're not aware of Eat, Pray, Love, a woman goes through a midlife crisis. She goes to 3 different countries, 3 different foreign places to eat, pray, and love, and learn how to do all 3 as well. So really good movie. Also probably a really good book, just won't read it. And then this is my Pride and Joy, Crystal Cove, the book that got me back into reading when I turned 30. This is one of the books that I picked up from I picked this up while me and my friend Shanine, we went to Portland, Oregon, and I was looking for a book to get into reading that I could relate to, and I could relate to this because 1, crystal, 2, it's about magic, and 3, it's about falling in love. So, ooh, a spider. Ipso facto, really good book. She's very powerful. She doesn't want to be. She falls in love with somebody with no soul, and then the plot thickens from there. That's a really good book. So we're gonna put that one in there as well. But now I feel like I can put so much more in here. Because like diverse reads are good, but sometimes I wonder if a library is in a diverse read desired area. We're gonna do 2. We're gonna do this one that I picked up at the dollar store. You can go your own way. About 2, it's basically rivals to lovers. Their families both run companies across from each other that compete. One is an old school arcade store. One is a higher tech arcade store, and so they compete, but one storm brings them together because they're locked in together and they fall in love. A woman who has little time to live wants to save the love of her life. It's a very short novella, and it reminds me of Supernatural. I think it even says stylish supernatural noir with a heart and the thrumming pulse. I devoured it. This is, I think, a diverse read. I think whenever it includes a group of people who aren't really represented in a story. I think that's it, to be honest. Oh, my back hurts. I don't know why I was going down like that. I like the way this looks. I think I'm also going to put Bet on It in here. It's a fun romance. It talks about mental health and taking prescribed medicine for your mental health. So it talks a lot about that with these two characters, but also they have a bet that every time they win bingo, they get to have sex with each other. So diverse and a little naughty. So we're gonna put that in there too. And so this is what it looks like afterwards. Again, I didn't put any children's books because I don't have any children's books. But this is what I ended up doing with this one. So hopefully I can come back and it looks, I don't know, it looks empty and people actually like the books. So this one was the Doolittle one. I hope I have service. Please give me service. Okay, so. And then check in. Add a private note about the check-in. I don't know if I want to. Took a book, left a book. We left a book. How many books did you leave? 1, 2, 3. Ooh, there's a note in there. That was me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And that's 9 books. And then add a private note. Do I want to add a private note? If it's private, it's just for me. I'm just going to do no note. I'll just check in. It was such a pretty library. I have added some reads that I loved, and I hope others will too, which is the desire for a library. I shouldn't have to put it, well, I don't have to put it in a note, but I want to. So there's that. Check in. First one down, let's go to our next one. This one's only 5 minutes away. See, they're like very close. It's really cool. I see the next one. Wow, this is our next one. It's the Spruce Street one. In a world where you can be anything, be kind. Cute, perfect. So, Chris and Lauren they're two writers who just have a combined pen name. I heard they're good writers. I read one book from them, which I think it's a book I didn't like. Oh, Love and Other Words. So Love and Other Words are about basically a childhood romance. And it goes back through their past as adults. It goes back and forth through present and past, and we learn about between them loving reading books and loving each other and all this other fallout stuff. Everyone loves that book. I think I gave it a 2. Ooh, there's a book here. Ooh, hello, hold on. It's a cute little guest book. This one has a guest book. I'll write my thing in here later. But for right now, I want to see what I can get in here, which is mostly for kids. So I want to obviously going to put some stuff in here for the adults. So maybe they can also find some good stuff in here too. But let's rearrange the books to do so. Kids come first, and then all the other books will come second. Okay, so here are the books that I'm donating. This one I took from an old coworker and friend of mine. I didn't read it, and I have no desire to read it. So Lexi, if you're seeing this, I love you. I'm sorry, but this is going to somebody else. It is the story of Dave Holmes and his life and how he's always felt alone, basically. Is that what I read? Yeah, it just goes through his life. It's a memoir, basically. And I read it, I read the summary of it, and I really liked it. But I just had no desire to read it, and I was going through all the books that I wanted to keep and give away, and this is one of them that I want to give away. So this is just like a memoir-ish book. I think it would be good for somebody else, just not me. A memoir and 21 songs, which obviously there's music involved, and I always love music and magic, like those being in a story. I say obviously, you don't know me like that, but if you do know me like that, you know that I love music and magic, and music being a part of this story is why I ended up taking it from her in the first place, but it wasn't what drove me to read it, so I'm gonna give it to somebody else. This one is just an extra copy that I have of this book. The other book that I have was gifted to me, so I kept that one instead. It is about a girl who does a paper on a murder-suicide that happened at her high school years ago. That involved one of her friends, and doing the paper while going over this case, she figures that someone's lying, something's not right, and she goes and she figures it out. So this is a really nice thriller mystery, so I want to put this here too because I think it would help with the diverse genres that I want to put in here. This one is a diverse read. It's 5 different It's 6 different love stories by 6 different authors, talking about 6 different lives, or 6 different plot lines, when people think the world is ending because a false alarm went off. I loved this book so much. I love all the stories in it, and it helped me kind of get some information on some writers and their style, and I picked out a couple, and I'm really excited to read their other stories. But I think this is a really nice, again, diverse read, because predominantly Black or people of color authors and stories, and I think it would be nice in here again to diversify the genre here. I guess I am definitely pushing my agenda on diversifying reads and different genres, but this is really good. Like, what would you do if the sky was falling? What would they do if the sky is falling? People would just have sex and kiss and make out and confess their love. So surprise, surprise. Sally Rooney has the same feeling of Christina Lauren, but I like this better than Love in Other Words. I also saw the show before I read the book, and I like the show a lot more because it took some liberties and some changes, where the book had the female main character so low, and I hate that. I hate reading about a female character who just is written to be like bottom barrel, and I don't like that at all. But it was I like the way the show went. Didn't like how the book went. There was more growth in the character in the show than there was in the book, and that's fine. I wish I read this before I watched the show, because I probably would have enjoyed it more, understood it better, and then would have been surprised by some of the liberties they took with the show. But it's really good. It's about 2 people who are in different kind of social classes. Social classes. And they fall in love, but it's kind of a secret because of the different social classes. It starts in high school and goes from there, and it follows them until they're adults, and we get to see them progress and change, or some people not change, and see how their love either falls or strengthens from there. It's a good book. It's a good show. I just wish I read the book before the show. It's about a girl who's very magical, who is being hunted down because she's so magical, but she doesn't understand why. I got it with a desire to read it and never read it, and I'm going to let it go because I just don't want to hold on to it anymore. But it's a great plot for whoever grabs it. So we have kind of a fantasy, a fiction, murder, a kind of a memoir told fun-wise, and then Even If the Sky is Falling, so those are the 5 books that I put in here, and I kind of want to write in the guest book now, and then we're going to check in on the app as well. Okay, so I just kind of wrote the same thing I wrote in the last one, which is, thank you for setting up this beautiful free library. I stopped by to generate some stories I loved and hope others will too. And I was a little egotistical when I wrote on my YouTube channel and my Instagram, The Librarian, that I post a lot of my reading stuff on. All of my reading stuff on is The Librarian, because I'm fly as fuck and I love books, you know what I'm saying? So I wrote that down there, and we'll see what happens. But with that being said, let's put this baby back in. Watch out and check in. Left a book. How many do we leave? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I'm not going to put a note since I did the little guest book here, which is really cute. And check in. Let's go. And this is how we ended it. So, bye-bye. There's a story at the bottom of this bottle, and I'm a pen. This one is on the craziest, like, in the craziest place. Like in the middle of the road. Not in the middle of the road. It's in the middle of I'm in the middle of the road to get there. Well, I'm in front of it. Let me show you where it is. Hold on. That's where it is, right? And this is where the street currently I'm on is. Oh, maybe this is parking lot? Parking. Oh, hello. This is our 3rd one. And it looks pretty, like, good. Wait, because I just found the golden book of the year. Tale of Despereaux. When I was young, me and my sister, we went to Florida to stay with our aunt, and she took us to the library, and that's when I really got into reading. I think I was probably like in my preteen, so I don't remember the age I was, but I remember this book, and I picked this book up from the library, and I read it all in one day. My first one-dayer. No, wait. This is a really good book that I read when I was younger, and I'm really happy to see it. It kind of just gave me like a really warm feeling, because I didn't think there was anything really good in here, and it makes me want to take it. Anyway, this was a book, but it also got turned into a movie, and I watched the movie, bawled. And I watched the movie when I was an adult, bawled my eyes out. It's such a good movie. Animated movies, as an adult, they hit so much differently, and I'm really happy that I saw this. It gave me a really happy, warm feeling. So let's continue what we usually do. Take a before, populate some books, take an after, and then head up on our merry little way. So this is what the library is currently looking like. These are all, I think, mostly adult books. I read the synopsis very briefly, and although everyone can read a book, I just put these as adult books. These are all like the YA kind of books, or young, or just like little kid kind of books, like YA books. Tale of Despereaux right here. I'm keeping it in here. I already read the story. I enjoyed the story. It's time for somebody else to have the story, so I'm not going to take it just because I want it. I can read it from a library and give it back, but that is going to stay for someone who discovers the story and loves it just as much as I did. I'm also going to probably take it and put it up front somewhere, but I think I'm going to also give the rest of my books to this one so it looks more fuller, and that'll be it. The books that we are leaving and saying goodbye to is our first smutty book, Lights Out. Lights Out is about a night nurse who falls in love with basically an online thirst trap artist who happens to be the son of a serial killer, and through her obsession with him and him finding out her obsession with him, a beautiful story unfolds. A crazy ass story unfolds. Someone dies. It's really crazy. It was my first like smutty book. I got it when I was in California with my friend Nestor and the two other girls that were there with us in the Airbnb that we rented. If you want to see me read through it, I think it's smutty. I think it's Romance Girl Reads Her First Smutty Book, and I'll link the video over here. It was good. You'll even see me describing the book to a lot of my friends. Not a lot, two, which to be honest, that's almost all my friends. But it was a really good book. I liked it. It was my first one. This book, I think I gave it a 2 out of 2, maybe a 1 out of 5 stars. This was the premise was nice. The execution was horrible. A woman of color working in publication was wrongfully fired, I believe, and that took her life like on a downward spiral. She goes home and tries to like keep it to herself that she's been fired or let go or whatever. It talks about how it feels to be a black woman in a predominantly white work environment and how that just messes with your head. But also it talks about when it's up to you to boot and rally. Like, unfortunately, that is the world we live in, and even anyone can like deal with environments where they have to like where they feel real down or get kicked down, and life happens where again they get kicked down, but you have to boot and rally and just really like fight for yourself. And I feel like the main character just didn't fight for herself and made a lot of questionable choices. And I'm just now getting into the realm of complicated characters, ones who aren't just very fancy and polished and make every right choice at the right time, but at the same damn time, girl, please. Homebodies was good. Could have been great. Sorry. I'm so sorry. That's so rude. It was not good to me, but it could be good to somebody else, and that's why we are giving it away. Okay. I know exactly what I'm gonna do. Anyway, the next one that I'm giving away is The Curvy Girl Summer. It is Curvy Girl Summer by Danielle Allen. I cannot wait to read her other 2 stories, Plus Size Player and something Blitz. I'll put it here. But this was my first book of a black female main character. I'm not sure, but I remember reading it and yeah, I think it was. I've read a lot more since then, so I think this was my first one, but I loved it so much because it was about a woman turning 30 and not having her life together, or her perceived life together. She's dealing with the loss of someone close to her. She's dealing with the fact that she's not married. She's dealing with the fact that she is a curvier woman, and curvier women still are looked down upon and still told to lose weight. And once you lose weight, then you'll have the love of your life and you have everything that you want. She's looking for love. Is she also a virgin? Is this the one who's a virgin in this one? No. It literally opens with her having sex. It's a beautiful story about a woman who just wants the best for herself, and at the end of it finally feels like she does. And I liked the story that Danielle Allen told, so I cannot wait to read the other 2 stories. I'm just still trying to figure out what the third one is something Blitz. This is going in here. I love it. Hate to see it go, but this will be a lovely book for somebody else to read as well. So that's that. But that, my bag is empty. So let me finish rearranging what I think would look cute, and then I'll show you the final bit, guys. Oh, I literally had like 6 libraries picked out because I thought I was gonna do and give away more, but I feel really good about what I did give away. So again, let me figure it out and then Be right back. This, it's what it is looking like. Oh, girl, please, please. Don't embarrass me out here. So this is what it's looking like. Hold on. And I really like it. It's really cute. I would love to actually see this, like this picture on the free library app, but that's being, I think, egotistical. But we're here. Let's go. But yeah, this is pretty. So let's do a check-in and then get our before and after, well, after picture, and then call it a day. Also, do you guys like my outfit for today? Right? And then Marvel character bag. I am a 30-year-old child. Thank you for this beautiful library. Again, 1 second. It's gonna be changed. It's gonna be different. Wait. Thank you for this beautiful library. I found one of my favorite books here. The Tale. Ooh, hold on. The Tale of. Can you please? That's not how you spell Despero, is it? Nope. Made me so happy. I'm fast as fuck, boy. I'm kidding. Alright, anyway, with that being said, let me take a picture because the wind is winding. Dude. Have you ever been abused by a free library? Because that's what happened to me. Can you chill out? Can y'all chill out? With that being said, we're out of here because the wind is winding. Goodbye. Love you. I got a picture. I got a video. I checked in. You guys know what happened. Bye. Ooh, hold on now. Hold on. Yeah. Oh my god, this is our last free library. Hold on. I have to do a dedication. Everyone shush. Wait, hold on. Guys, our bag is empty. We did what we wanted to do. Although we had 6 little free libraries planned to go to, I think this was perfect. But I hope you enjoyed going through this process with me and donating to free little libraries and learning a little bit more of how you can donate to free little libraries. I love you. I am grateful for you, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.